How's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. I'm in the crusher. I had a comment, somebody, he said he don't like that. He don't like me calling my truck the crusher. Well, I don't know what I can tell you, but that's what she is. She crushes it. I just got off the phone with those detail guys that detailed the crusher right before the holiday. And they're going to come over. His English is a little broken, but he understands everything perfectly. And I understood him too. But they're going to come over and do the flagstaff. Yeah, I got them coming out to do my flagstaff. I already did 3 sides, but I said you could just do the whole thing all over again and get it all waxed up for me. I've got a bubble up on the roof where the that rubber roof coating they put on the top. It's like a mat that keeps the rain and water off. That's kind of tucked under everywhere around on the roof, however they do it. And there's a bubble, like narrow and about that long at the molding. And so I called Camp Oaks. And here's what Aaron's going to do. And I like this idea. Instead of him saying, oh yeah, it looks like it, needs something, carried one of your forced, what do they call? What do I got? A forced river dealer, which is what I'd have to do. I mean, I'm not going to take it back to Georgia, but, for warranty work. But what he said, and I like this, I'm very happy because I was very worried. I'm like, dang, I just got it. The roof's coming off. He said that it may be, now he didn't say this to be, before you say anything, that it could be not that abnormal and will find its way to seal back down, or I don't know. But he said if you could get me some still pictures, because I sent him a little video of it, and I'd already pushed it down and pushed the air out, so it really wasn't representing. If you could send me some still pictures, he said, I will send them to the factory and find out, because what's the point of calling these dealers, right? You got I was in the car business. You got these service writers that don't know anything about fixing anything. They're just the writer. They get a commission. The mechanics you can't really ever talk to. They have a little bit more knowledge. So instead of calling some Forest River dealer and send them a video or a picture or trying to explain it, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll bring it in, we'll take a look at it. I should have my mic on. Well, anyway, we're in the truck. There you go, watch out. If we send this to the factory, the person that looks at it and makes a decision is going to be like, they build them right there. And he's going to say, oh, that's an abnormality that needs to be looked at, or this is something that we see, this is something that isn't too much to be concerned with. And that's kind of how he said it to me. He didn't say it's not a big deal. He just said it might not be that concerning. And wouldn't that be great? I don't want to have to hook it up, pull it out of there, take it somewhere, get a room for a couple of days or however long they're going to need, and bring it back and then set it up. Oh boy, that's the problem with those kind of things. But other than that, and I only discovered that because I go up there and I try to maintain top, bottom, inside and out of my new baby. I would have never even have known it had I been somebody that didn't give a rip and never goes up on their roof. But we had that big storm and I got that tree over me and these leaves come down. So I'm on top of her. And on the inside and the AC and I haven't even used the stove. I haven't even turned it on. I got some stuff I want to put in the oven, but I may use the expert grill instead. But it is an amazing, and I want to thank you guys in the comments. A few of you made some very, I'm not going to say kind. You said some very, like you were good at noticing what I've got there in the video. Very observant that it's like a darn home. It's different than any other a lot of different campers' floor plans. In fact, even the Wolf Pup was that way. For the 16-footer with the high roof and all the things I used to talk about, the very uniqueness of that bitchin' little camper, and that's a Forest River build. So Forest River is got it going on. But this 2024, and remember what I said in other videos, you don't want to buy a RV that was made in 20, 21, 22. 23 in the late part of 23, like right now, because they're building 24s, you're fine. But during the pandemic and when they didn't have parts and all the different things and everybody quit and they were just trying to find some help, they were hiring anybody and they were just throwing them together. And I'm just going to go ahead and assume that the same thing could have been true with Forest River. I mean, no one in the world had parts. No one in the country that were building things had good help that cared, or, it was a real terrible thing. So just be careful. If you're looking at getting one, they're offering these great deals. And right now, the bottom's falling out on them again because the market is changing. And they're sitting with them, hundreds of them. New ones, 22s, that haven't even been sold. So don't bite. Get yourself a 24 or a late build 23. And maybe look at the Forest River product or the Rockwood, because they're pretty good. But I sit in that thing and I look at it, and I was sitting in the kitchen this morning, or just now, a few minutes ago, when I had a cup of coffee. I'm looking out that window and I'm just like, look what I've got here. This is great. And the thing is, it's the whole package. It's where I live. It's the state I'm in. It's the location. It's everything. It's Teddy and Jolene. It's everything. But if any of those other things that I have no control of were to come to an end, or I had to move on, or, they sold the property, whatever, something like that happened, I still have that magnificent, beautiful RV that I can pull and take and park it somewhere else and still enjoy the inside. And when I'm on the inside half the time, like I talked about in a video earlier, I don't have windows that I look out at. I've got the TV in that wall. That's one of the cons, they say, that the fireside side of the RV just doesn't have, like the Wolf Pup had that big bay window outside the booth where if you open up the window shade, you could see out. And that's nice, but my floor plan is so unique, I don't care. So it wouldn't really matter where I'm at. I'm not going to be able to see the outside if the outside wasn't as good as what I've got. So, as long as it's cheap. But I can tell you this, I have no regrets. And of all those ideas, buying land, buying a tiny home, buying a mobile home, moving out of the state where it's cheaper, renting again, out of state where it's cheaper, buy to own, build something on land, all these ideas, it was driving me nuts. No better plan came together than the one that God put together, where he saw this and he said, Tim, you're going to take that trip this year. You didn't go last year. It's time. You've endured the Wolf Pup long enough. You need more room. So you're going to drag that thing up to your daughters in Georgia. You're going to go stay at chalets and stuff, and you're going to make videos, and you're going to see all the leaf changes. You don't need to go to Maine. Not that I don't want to go. You don't need to go to any of these places. You don't need to do anything except get that thing there, put those new Goodyear Endurance tires on it, put your new battery in it. That happened when I got there. And eventually, right at the end, after you've seen it all, did all these chalets and cabins and lake houses and met friends like Ben and Tom and June, and Joan. I'm going to hear about that one. And all that, and subscribers meeting me and discovering me when I got out of my car in Charlotte and came to the Camp Oaks RV place, 3 of them. And just an amazing month and a half vacation, longest, best vacation in my entire life. Then God says at the very end, cherry on the top, you brought your little wolf pup with you. You're going to take it over to Camp Oaks. They're going to give you a good trade-in. You're going to find a camper. Remember, I went and videoed these. They were closed. And I said, something about those, man. They look good on the outside. I have got to see the inside of these. And so I went because I wanted to make some, RV videos. That's kind of a thing I'm trying to get into because I love them. And I'm going to go to an RV show, too, in January over in Tampa, the largest in the country. But I digress. So I went and looked at the Wolf Pup Cherokee RV dealer, where my daughter bought hers, actually. And he didn't have anything new. One or two. Everything else was used. And they were going through, he told me, the salesman, like a transition there with their property and yada, yada, yada. So I made a video, but in the back of my mind, and we were to leave. We were to come back here with the wolf pup, and I would be in that wolf pup sitting there. We were to come back, and I wasn't going to go back to Camp Oaks and look at the inside because I'm like, then I thought, well, I really don't want to deal with Atlanta traffic, so I'm not going to leave out of here at first light and just get down there in a parking lot. So I got time to run over to Camp Oaks and get the inside of those and video it. Well, that was it. That was it. After I looked at the inside, and I went in all of them. And so I made my best decision too. And, there was a debate between this one and that one. And the one that we didn't get is not even close to being as good, in my opinion. And also, it didn't have the tires on it. There was something, that bedroom was horrible. There was no storage. It had a lower price, and it was, I don't think it was a 24. I can't remember now. And then it had that backsplash. It was weird. I think it might have been an unwind or something that, I don't know what it was. But I wasn't warm to it at all. And I was really hot for this one. And there isn't a thing I can think about that's something I don't like about it. So God made that happen. And we got a good number on mine. And sight unseen. And I went down to the bank, made the arrangements, and then they waxed it up. They gave me the best delivery service with the walkthrough. There was no rushing, taking my things out of mine. There was no, we got your money, kick me out the door. I went back, as you remember, 200 miles away, got 200 miles south, and realized I had the wrong couch that the one is that I wanted, but it was sold, that particular one, same model. And without even questioning it, Aaron and Kimberly up there run a straight to the point, no other fees. It was the price and tax. I didn't have to negotiate. It was amazing. So I took it back. He gave me the couch. I had left my laptop and a whole bunch of my shorts and stuff. I don't know how. I had forgotten to check this one cubby and the wolf pup. It was so big, right, to go through to check everything. But I left all these clothes, and there's a laptop metal holder thing that's kind of got an angle that my Mac sits on, and it's that satin finish like the Mac has. It's really nice. I got it for Christmas a couple of years ago. I don't really use it, but it's very nice. And they were going to mail it to me, no problem. But I said, well, to keep the weight down, I'll donate you the Mac computer holder. Well, because we had to go back for that couch, they didn't have to send anything, go to the shipping department or anything. They already had it all boxed up. And I got my couch, I got my stuff, I got my laptop and my holder. And I've been back. I'm still walking on cloud 9. I get in that bed at night. I make that bed. I keep that thing looking like a model. I want all that stuff off that counter. That shower, I bought that little shower head. I got to make a video for you. The water comes out, you know, oh man, that thing is nice, super nice. And I've had a few of my friends and neighbors there that I've invited to come in and see it. They've been curious. I know they're curious, and they were coming, and they all love it, you know. And 2 doors, 2 stairs, 3 rooms. I mean, it's a regular house kitchen in the front. All right, I'm sorry. I'm bragging. I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I'm so enthused about it. I've only had 4 hours sleep, too. We're going to make somebody a lucky winner on Blue Eddy. Go to that video and just text in Blue Eddy. Get it done. Somebody's going to be picked in the original Blue Eddy AC200L review. That's what's in the title. That's what they wanted me to title it. So find that video, put your name in the hat, and I'm back here. Why did I come to Walmart? I got to go to Kohl's to return this. So 4 hours sleep, folks. 4 hours sleep. That's what happens. I do want to go in there and look for a see if they have it in the lawn and garden, that Expert Grill cover. Even though I have that money on my Amazon account that I can buy it, I'll buy it right now if I can, because I want to put it on there tonight. It rained last night on it. Rains every day here. If it's not hot, it's raining. If it's not raining, it's a hurricane. It's not a hurricane, it's a tropical storm or a thunderstorm, tornadoes. But it's great. It's great right now. This time of year, it's going to get better every month, all the way through April. And then guess what I'm going to do? Come May, when that thermostat starts going way up and that AC's got to run and you can't go outside, you can't walk in the sand, you know what I'm going to do? Hook it up, God willing. God willing. I'm not going to boast and say what I'm going to do tomorrow, because I'm not promised tomorrow. But if God allows me, I am going to go out west. I did the mountains and all that. It's beautiful. Definitely worth repeating. I could do it every year. But there's something about west that I've got to go and see. Now, the problem is, if I leave here in the summer and go there in the summer, that's a cooker. I mean, we're talking New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Nevada, and the places like that, Utah. Whew. That is a tundra. That's like going from the frying pan to the fire to the frying pan, whatever they say. So I got the dome lids coming. I'm going to be melting my cheese like that. Look how my brain doesn't even work. I couldn't even think about that. Like, how can I melt this cheese? Put the hamburger on top of the hamburger? Oh my gosh. Now, some things I just don't connect. And you would think, being the expert griller I am, I would know these kind of tricks. Well, I know now. And wait till you see what I'm going to whip up with those things. My peppers and onions and all that. And that'll create more steam and stuff, and it won't stick so bad to the bottom. And I'm going to season that grill and do what you guys have told me with the oil and the paper towel, and I'll get it going. And I'm going to put something around it and take it off and put it in the storage of the RV so it can't get rained on, and I got to go through this whole rust removal every time. But I found a black iron skillet one time in the garbage over in Sarasota, a black iron skillet that was red iron because it was rusty. And I cleaned it up. I looked at a couple of YouTube videos, how to re-season it and everything. And you can bring them back. You can bring all those back. You can't destroy them. I can bring it back. Somebody in the comments was telling me to contact Camp Oaks for a warranty claim on that. I mean, no offense, but that's not a warranty, because you can't leave a black iron skillet or a griddle in the rain. It's going to rust. So they would be like laughing at me probably. So anyway, guys, I have got to go in here and get a cover, and then I got to go over to Kohl's and return that junk. I got my microphone here that I'm not even turned on right now, but I know you can hear me fine. Oh, life is good. This is the first time I've been out today. And in the video, Baker, crush it!